Yes, I'm sorry. At least some of it. Because I still haven't gotten used to looking that way instead of this way, which is rude, and there's something there.
You do fine.
You know why you say that, because you don't want to have to do it.
You're talking about Sarah. I told you, I'm not sure I want to do any, I already have a committee of my own, so. Right, so you don't need to sign
And we are
this.
skateboarders. We got skateboarders for
Oh, sorry.
skateboarding classes in summer.
Okay, so did I show?
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
I was just texting to say I'm sitting here, what's going on? But here I am.
Here you are. Well, there was a little lag between starting the meeting and the waiting room showing up,
Oh, okay.
which is weird.
Yeah, this has been a weird week on technology.
Anyway, so you're okay, but your family is not so
Yeah, they
good?
got this virus.
Sorry about that. All right, it's 7:03. We have quorum. I am calling this meeting to order. My understanding is that Candace will be attending, but we're starting without her.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she's coming from work, so no telling.
Right.
It,
So for those who are in attendance on any platform, my name is Laura Myers, and I'm the Vice President of United Neighborhoods Neighborhood Council. And I'm going to do a bit of a roll call. Teresa,
Hi, everybody. It's Teresa Masonette. I'm the signatory.
and you're present.
Oh, yes, I'm present.
Sarah.
Sarah Longenry, here, secretary.
And Paula.
Hi, I'm Paula, the president, and
And you're here.
thank you for joining us.
Yes. So I'm going to share the agenda on the Zoom screen. If I'm lucky. Hang on. Trying this again. I know that didn't work.
Well, I want to comment on something while we're preparing for this. Sarah has these already in the file. Let's use those because this says from executive, does not have a person on it.
Just split it. I mean, it's just that Candace needs to turn. Well, she's not here tonight, then it won't matter.
Okay, because I can sign these. I know Sarah said that they were in the drive. I just haven't signed them yet, but I can sign them.
Had you corrected them to change from a,
No, because we don't have, I didn't have a name.
so it's still gonna say
The
either way?
committee, yeah,
Okay,
that's just how.
so
the-
what are we gonna do with these?
Well, can we just draw an arrow and put a name?
You do that and then I'll sign it. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It wasn't
Okay.
clear on the
It
video.
wasn't clear on the video.
We only have 35 minutes. Hey, Paula, we're talking about the BACs and you know, last month, Grace stepped in for Sarah.
Oh, yes.
Also had some technical difficulties with our YouTube streaming. There were only 35 minutes instead of the,
Oh,
She
we had
sent me the entire cloud.
She had, we
But
had a
even
cloud
on
there.
it was not obvious that they were non-committee motions, which I've never done a committee motion, but it seems
normally,
like
something must have happened.
I think Grace didn't understand that when I said it's executive committee, Laura, will
Yeah.
make the motion, or Paula said, Paula will make the motion.
I'm happy to change them if we talk about it. You can
Okay.
talk about it after the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me share the agenda, sorry, everybody. And, can you see the agenda on the screen?
Yes.
Thank you, and I'm going to perhaps make it a little smaller. And try to page it down. So here we go again. Okay, so for tonight's meeting, we have general public comments or announcements on any item not on tonight's agenda. We have executive committee business, that's secretary's report, which would be approval of the minutes from last month, treasurer's report. Hopefully, we have some good budget updates coming. Vice President's report will be discussing attendance records primarily. President has a report. And then we have a candidate for one of our vacant positions here with us tonight. And we're gonna evaluate the standing rules. We may not do it live online. We might just delegate this. But we need to, now that we've updated the bylaws, we need to make sure that the current standing rules are comporting with those bylaws. And get some updates regarding outreach events, any other committee reports if as needed, have a discussion of the agenda items for the next board meeting, and any other old business, and then we will adjourn. Any questions? Stopping this share. And then we're at general public comments or announcements, if anyone has any general public comments.
Oh, wait a minute, let's see.
I do.
Donna, did you say you have a public comment?
Yes.
Your audio is very low for once. I don't know if it's us or you. Let me see what I've got on audio. I think it's you. Can you turn up your volume a little bit? Or just talk loudly?
Yes, for sure.
There you are. Okay, we can hear you.
Is that good?
That is good.
Okay, West Adams Avenues is doing their annual Big Sunday cleanup, May 18th, the weekend of May 18th. Dumpsters will be here starting on the 17th, which is Friday, and be available until Monday, every day, 8 to 8. Just wanted to make sure that all communities know about it and are welcome to take advantage of the event.
So,
They're done. Sorry.
is there a flyer?
I was just gonna ask you. Because-
Tony Carter will get it out. He takes
Okay.
care of that, so I'll see that he gets it out.
Because Hunter, one of the new board members, has been doing a great job posting on social media, on our Twitter and
Everything.
Instagram, Facebook, so it'll,
Well,
We get that.
definitely Benny Potter Park and Astrid need to take advantage of that as well, because there are many classes that she has and nobody participating, as you heard in the meeting. So I'll want to know more about it so that she knows more about it. But I will see that Tony gets that in.
okay, great. Oh, sorry, Laura.
No problem. Any other general public comments? Okay, so next item is executive committee business, the secretary's report, and once again, okay. I had all these open, Teresa, and nonetheless, seems that this is why it would be so helpful if somebody else
If you
was-
click on the executive 4/16/2024 folder,
No, it's open. It's just that I didn't slide it over.
there it is.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
So-
is it, can you guys see the screen with the draft minutes? Donna or Paula?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Are
Yes,
you
I
able-
can.
You can see the
Thank
draft
you.
minutes.
All right, last month's meeting, pretty straightforward, typical meeting. We had our public comments.
Okay.
Go for it. Public comments. We had a lot of those.
We did.
We had exec committee business, including the minutes approval, treasurer's report, vice president's report, president's report. We had the CIP update, funding requests that were forwarded on to the governing board. We talked about the bylaws amendments and forwarded that onto the governing board. And we had the outreach event, conversation as well as forwarding a recommendation to the governing board.
I move to approve the minutes.
I will second.
Acclamation.
All in favor? Motion passes. Okay, we are gonna defer the treasurer's report and on to my report. And I'm going to share, okay, the vice president's reporting on attendance and training, but I'm primarily tonight reporting on attendance of our board members. And so we started out a little slow, some of our newer board members. Can you see the screen?
No, I can see it, but I can't read it.
Tell me
That's,
if I make it bigger,
No, we have
you
to go
can
down
read
one.
it, but then
Okay, I can
but
read
then-
it now.
can't
There
see
you
it.
go.
yeah, that's good, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've got everybody. What I don't have is the far right-hand column, but I know the numbers of,
Okay, you can just tell us.
You can also move the,
I know,
Okay.
I know. But, so basically, the person who has really a bad attendance record is Sho King. She's only attended half of the total number of meetings. She's been here for 10 meetings. She's attended only 5. And then the 6th one, she attended by Zoom before we were allowed, but I'm going to give grace on that. So she's missed 5 meetings. And it's very problematic. I did email her and ask her if she could come on Zoom or in person tonight so we could discuss it. In addition to Sho, and we'll come back to Sho, several people have missed a total of 3, but not like 3 in a row. And then Chris Carlson, as you know, missed 4.
do we know if these are excused or unexcused?
Well, it depends. What we decided was excused, right? Remember, I mean, Chris was
Yes.
gone for both
No,
summer.
I just meant in general, have you been able to delineate of everybody's absences, which ones are excused?
Well, I can only delineate which ones we knew and which ones we didn't know.
Okay,
So Sho, we knew a couple and we didn't know a couple where she just missed.
One of them was her daughter having a baby.
Well, that one we all knew.
Yeah,
And we also all knew when it was her birthday, but all the other ones, we didn't know she wasn't coming.
right.
On Chris, she was, as she is every summer, she was away for the summer. And then she was away, as she always is, in February. She was in Arizona for the
but
annual,
that's business.
that's business, the annual conference. So we knew she was going to be away. She told us she was going to be away, but she's been away too much. So, there's a different situation that we'll need to talk about, but we primarily need to talk about making sure she's present all the way through. And then Grace has been absent 3 times. She told us each time. And Diana Cooper has been absent. See, I'm not going to get to it. This is as far as I
Just,
can
well,
get.
minimize it then. You're not sitting right, Laura.
I'm not doing this right.
Just, can you grab the Zoom and just move it over just a little bit?
This thing?
Yeah, just,
Yes.
okay.
There we go. So Jasmine missed 3 meetings.
And we may be losing her because she's been accepted to medical school.
Exactly.
So, if I can make a suggestion,
Mhm.
we just updated the bylaws.
Right.
And we have much clearer language on absences, reporting, then need to let executive committee know when you're gonna be absent. Besides the one person, should we just wait until the new fiscal year and then say to everybody, okay, we're starting, this is a situation. I know that in the bylaws, we say is for your term, or we say for.
I don't even remember the language. The fiscal year doesn't have a relevance to
No.
it.
But only
So-
because we have new officers, collectively, it's a fresh start for us. So then we could say to everybody, okay, here's the deal. If you don't let somebody on the executive know, then you're gonna be marked
But we also
unexcused.
have very clear language on what is an excuse and what is not
Right,
in the new bylaws.
right, and we can say, and if it doesn't fall into this category, then you will be marked unexcused.
Mhm.
And after 2 of them, I can't remember, we said 2 or 3.
After
then-
2, you show up to executive and explain
Right,
yourself.
and then by the 3rd one, we're gonna remove you from the board. And then that's it. And there's no, it's just very clear, it's matter of fact. And if people don't have a commitment, then they don't have a commitment, then we need to find somebody to represent that area. It's 5, she's missed 5 meetings and we're still kind of like, well, what do we do about that?
Well, no, I was said we'll circle back to that one.
Okay.
Because
Oh.
I feel like for show, we need to put it on the agenda for governing board. I don't think we should be making this decision. She has missed half, since she's been in office, she has missed half the meeting,
And she's only been in office since,
July.
yeah.
Yes.
And when does the city automatically?
Yeah, why
remove
isn't it
someone?
done? Exactly.
No, I think it's, is it
It's
6 or
related to
something?
training. And she
Oh,
also
sorry, it's
has
not-
not
it's
done
not-
2 of the trainings.
Wait,
So,
when you all
but-
talk, I can't understand it.
okay, so I said she also is still not done 2 of the 4 trainings.
Oh, yeah.
But let me just tell you, if we decide to put this, if we tonight decide to put this on the next agenda, we may or may not be able to put it on the next agenda. The next step is Paula or I have to contact the city attorney. There are steps to take. When we had to do this with Isaac, I think you were on the board, we had to delay a month because we didn't have his address.
Okay,
We don't have her address either.
but Dunn has her address, because they had to verify that she
The
could
clerk
represent.
has her address.
Okay,
Yes.
so I say, I would
So I
like to
think we
move,
should put it on the agenda.
yes, I'd
and
like
let
to
the board
move
just-
that we put it, the attendance.
Her, sure, well, it would
Are
be
we
a
saying the
potential,
person's name?
we can.
Okay.
The agenda item, it's unfortunate, the agenda item would state her name and a potential removal.
Okay,
So that, it's that sort of embarrassment factor,
it is what it is, it is what it
which is why the city attorney wants to make sure steps were taken.
It comes back.
Right.
Okay, so now she's definitely in violation, plus the training. So there's more than one
That's-
thing we
yes.
can.
So that, I
Talk
guess
to
that
her
was my
about.
question. How long before the city takes action based on the training?
They
Or are they not
They
doing that
used
right
to,
now?
no, they used to.
only on code of conduct. Not,
Only what?
they only really take action on code of conduct.
Oh,
So, I mean, for, just like we don't want to lose all of our
No,
board
no, no.
members because we won't have quorum.
Yeah.
And that's true for the neighborhood councils across the city. So we're trying to, you try and get somebody to come, explain what's going on, make the promise that they'll do better. We did this with Carlos 3 times, and then he did better for a while, and then he didn't. And then he did better for a while, and then he didn't, but in the end, he stayed on the board.
Can you put attendance status on the agenda, not remove them? If that's part of the issue?
We
Or
could,
is it
but then
not
we can't
stringent
remove
enough?
her.
I see what you're saying.
And I just wanna say, I disagree with this philosophy.
Which one?
The one you just said where we try to keep people on so we don't lose quorum. I wanna have people who are committed. If you're not committed, then don't be here. And let's just try to get the 13 people who will help us meet quorum to be present and to be active. So the hand-holding, the pacifying, let's try to work this out, I'm in
it's
disagreement
not
with
getting
that.
us anywhere.
Yeah.
My question is, there were other people, so now if we call her out, where are we on these others?
Well, so here are the others. Chris Carlson has missed 4 meetings.
But 2 were excused.
I think all of them were excused.
They were all excused.
Right.
Oh.
They were all excused. She's just
Okay,
missed-
that's good
That's
ground.
still too many. I mean, in other words, that's still too many.
And she's behind on her training too.
No, they cut her up.
Oh, they did? Oh,
Yeah,
finally?
Yeah, there was a problem with the system. She did the
Right,
training.
They said at the last meeting. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's
It's
done.
resolved.
It's resolved. It's resolved. And then Grace was obviously attending election events.
Right.
But she has stepped up and she's doing, I mean, the thing is, these are active, she's doing the CERT training. She did the Cs last month. I mean,
Yeah.
she's actively engaged when she can be, so that's a difference.
Right.
Yes.
And then the other person, there's two
Diana
other people.
Cooper.
Well, there's there's a couple of people with 3. There's Jasmine, who's been in and out, but missed 3.
Diana Cooper.
And Diana Cooper has actually missed more. This is 3 this fiscal year, but I think she missed the first couple as well. So Diana's,
So what is your recommendation, Laura?
well, at the moment, the recommendation would be show King on the agenda. And Diana, we need to discuss with her, because the one thing about Diana is she never tells us if she's not going to be present. Is that correct? Paula, have you ever gotten an email from her saying I'm?
No, I have
Yeah,
not.
so hers
that
are
would be all 4.
unexcused.
Or she
Oh,
has 3 or
Diana's 3.
4? 3 unexcused.
Yeah, I don't, actually, I couldn't figure out October. I don't know why. So it's 1, 2 or 3, but I think the blank on October means she was not here. If you have the October BACs.
It'll be on the minutes, hold on.
Okay. And so, but.
Okay,
but-
so we're talking to Diana, but show is gonna be on the agenda.
If the city, with the permission of the city attorney, because
Oh,
otherwise,
okay.
we have to send her some sort of
Oh, official letter.
letter.
Okay.
Oh, October was that meeting where we did not have quorum.
It was a meeting.
Yeah, and
Oh.
she was not there.
She was not there, which might be one
But it
reason why we
probably
didn't
doesn't
have
really
quorum,
count
but it
against
doesn't
her
count.
because it wasn't a meeting. Yeah.
Correct. Oh, wait. And unfortunately for show, she was present, but it doesn't count. But that's just for
Okay, let's keep moving.
No, the October meeting we had to cancel for lack of quorum.
Right.
So,
Embarrassing.
so it's embarrassing, but that is right. So Diana wasn't there. If she had been there, we would have had a quorum. So we definitely need to have a heart to heart with Diana. Just us. I mean, she at minimum needs to tell us what's going on. But, okay, so we've taken a long.
And show King agenda with city attorney approval.
Correct.
So am I supposed to put anything down? Or
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
usual attendance note and?
No,
I
I think
think
you
you
put your
should put it in
name
the
in the
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
that's
think
what
you
they
can I think if you wanna just go and pull this down from online, I think it's okay to put all of it, unless you guys
I'm not
disagree.
putting that out. No.
Okay.
Can you
It's not
attach-
accurate
can you
anyway,
attach
because nobody else is on board anymore. Neither
Oh, I
is
know,
Joaquin.
I have to say, I'm not really good with this.
It's fine. I just wouldn't
Excel
put it,
spreadsheets.
Dennis, yeah, I wouldn't put it out there. Okay, I'll just
Oh,
put,
Dennis resigned, by the way.
yeah, I know, I just sent an email tonight. Teresa moved to put show King's attendance status on the governing board agenda. And however you guys want to put it on the governing board agenda after talking to the city attorney is another issue.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
for these, I didn't wanna.
Okay, I second. No, well, we don't have second now, that would be,
Yes,
That
but
would
she made a motion, you do have to
She
second.
did make a motion.
No, I think Laura should make that motion.
okay, guys,
No, because she's gonna have to present it.
to the city. The
She's
motion
gonna
is
have to
made by Laura, who seconds?
That's fine. I'll second.
Okay.
No, because at the governing board, just like what happened last time, it can't come from the executive
I
committee. It's gotta
understand.
come from a person, and I
Yes.
don't want it to be me.
But
I'm letting
remember,
her
what
direct
happens
change.
here isn't the same thing as what happens, a totally different motion.
No, I'm sorry.
Because this is just putting it on the agenda, this has nothing to do with removal.
Right, that's why,
Yeah.
because it's really up to the board.
Yeah.
Okay. We've taken a long time on a
Yes.
not so small of an item, but yeah.
And I'm training everybody else, is everybody up to date?
Yeah, now, for a minute,
Okay,
I mean,
because we all have this other one due.
we all have to do 2 more trainings by June
And
1st.
what are those again?
They are the new version of the Code of Conduct
And then we
Right.
can.
and there's a new version of the Code of Conduct. One time, we do not have to do it every
The
2
rest of your
years
time.
for the rest of your life.
And are we
the-
going to get something other
Yeah,
than
we-
your verbal? That's what I'm waiting on.
Okay, you didn't get it either?
No.
Okay, I'm going to send another email to the board saying, please tell me if you didn't get it, because only Hunter and Sarah had told me. Did you get it?
No, I didn't get it either. You said that they were supposed to send something
They
out.
did send it, only not.
I don't think they said
Apparently.
anything.
They said, I got it,
Well, can you just send us your email from them?
It won't help.
Because it'll be your own
It's
link.
your- you have to have
Oh,
your
that's
own-
your link. Oh, yeah.
Your
I'm just
own
gonna
link.
attempt to get in with my old information.
I wasn't an
Yeah, I think my code,
So maybe that's what you should do, is just send an email.
Guys, you know what?
people.
Can I finish? Because I just realized, first of all, our guest is saying, huh?
Soaking it all.
And that means anybody watching the YouTube would say, huh? The city has a new training for gender expression. And they, in theory, were sending out to every board member of every neighborhood council their own unique email with a unique link to their own Cornerstone account. I received mine, and when I received mine, I sent an email to the whole
Yes.
board saying, let me know if you didn't get yours. Hunter let me know he didn't get his, but then he let me know he logged into his,
Because
he had just recently done Cornerstone, so he was able to log in and it was sitting in his Cornerstone.
Why don't we ask Alfonso to provide that? Because I
Again.
can't remember the guy's name who does all the,
Marco.
yes,
Marco? I think it is.
to, that most of our board did not receive.
And
an
please to
updated-
do it
Yeah,
again, and I'll copy Tom. I'll copy Tom and Alfonso.
What do you got?
Okay, so in any case, it's sitting in everybody's Cornerstone, but if you haven't been in Cornerstone lately, whoever our board members are, their login may have changed because they keep the Cornerstone. So I think, Paul, I think you and I can get in because we are more recently having taken a training.
I'm
So-
not sure, but I have my information. I'll try.
Yeah, because you took training, as did I last July, right? Because we had expired. We're in the same pledge class, as it were.
I don't know.
Yeah.
and I recently took the financial training. I had to do that for
Right.
signatory, so I probably didn't get a new password.
Oh, correct.
Right, so.
Correct.
But I'm glad you mentioned that. So both those trainings are due by June 1st.
They're all, or June 3rd, whatever that,
At some time.
early June.
Mhm.
And I think they're both one-time trainings, but they're due. And somebody already recently asked me, what will Dunn do if nobody takes a training? It's like, I don't know. But
You
but
can
we'll
answer for them.
be compliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Vice President is complete. Our treasurer is here, but can we do President and then just come back to? So Paula, President's report.
Okay, quickly, I sent you all an email about the Earth Day event. They're looking for volunteers. Myself and Marco and Tori did volunteer sometime, but I sent an email saying if you are available, please. That's going to be Sunday, April 21st from 11 to 3.
And Elizabeth and I are setting it up. We'll be there.
Right. They're setting it up and taking it down. Got a email from the mayor's office. There's going to be a virtual meeting on May the 21st. The event is exclusive to neighborhood council members. Did you guys get that email?
Yes.
Okay.
What day
All
was
right, I
it?
just wanted to make
Today?
sure of that. That should be exciting.
Coruscant.
Let's see. And we had 2 new candidates. We have Joshua. Is that Joshua that's with us tonight?
Yes.
Hi. And then we had Luis de Avila, but I guess
Did he
couldn't make it.
Did he respond to you? Because he did not respond to me, which is fine. I mean, in other words, it was rather last minute.
Yeah. I don't see a response, but
Okay.
I don't think so.
But anyway, we have another live one, we hope. But not for tonight.
Besides Luis and Joshua?
No. Luis is another live one, but not present. So
Right.
not for tonight.
So, and thank you, Joshua. That's awesome. Just wanted to make you aware. I saw some posts on Nextdoor about this dog that is dangerous and vicious, and I copied it and I forwarded that to Eric Aguiar because the address is 2924 Wellington Road. And I guess these people have been reported a lot of times. So I just want you to know I'm following up on that and trying to get involved in that because I don't know what's going on there. And I think that is it. Oh, I made another in December. I got to talk to Eric. There was a post about a crack camp at Jefferson and 11th, people that are just in the alley and doing drugs. And they took a picture and I forwarded that to Eric. So I'm going to be following up. I don't know if you could see that. I'm going to be following up on that as
Oh,
well.
look at that. Yikes.
But Jefferson and 11th, right down
Yeah.
our friends at the.
It's the alley behind Burger King. Burger King,
Oh, the alley
convenience
behind-
store.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
it goes down back
Yeah,
there, it's
yeah.
not great.
Yeah.
It's not great at all.
That's,
That's
Down
not,
Norton, it's not great.
that's Norton, but yeah,
But it's that
Bronson, yeah,
that's a Kukusai Theater.
that is
Essentially,
correct.
It's
Yeah.
behind all
Oh,
that.
wow.
And that's probably not
Which
helping
one
because
is
it's nobody's doing anything.
Yeah. I saw a sign that said for lease. Yeah, when I saw that, yeah, I was like, what the hell is that? Yeah, I don't know. We need to
I'll
follow up.
follow up.
Yep.
Okay, when we get to
Yeah.
committee reports, okay. Paula, did you want to talk about the Arlington now, or do you want to wait till we get to committee reports?
Talk about what?
The traffic accident on Arlington,
Oh.
or do you want to
um,
wait till we get to committee reports?
Yes, and I really, oh gosh.
We're going to talk about the mobility planning.
Well, she's been in further contact with the guy who brought it to our attention, but I
And
don't.
you know what? Oh my
Like,
goodness,
guys.
of all of the things, I don't have my information on that.
That's okay, we'll talk about it under committee reports.
Okay,
Like both sent info to info@
Okay.
UNNC. I sent it.
Yeah. Okay, so treasurer, how are ya?
I'm fine.
Hey, Candace. How was the conference?
It was a conference and I spent last week in Sacramento doing lobby days for teacher. I just got back.
You know, should we do, excuse me.
So
just
we
a
can
second.
do him,
Yeah,
yes.
since we have someone in person.
Okay, that's fine too.
Yeah, because
So
we're
we're
gonna be
going
with Candace for a little bit.
Yes, we are. Okay, so we're going out of order, further out of order. We're moving on to item 4, interview candidate singular, to potentially fill a vacant seat on the United Neighborhood Council Governing Board. And so we're gonna interview,
Which region is this, Laura?
it's Region 4, Joshua
yeah,
Pierce.
he's
here with
applying
us.
for area rep for Region 4.
What, and where is that again?
That's Western Heights and
Oh,
Kenny
Kenny
Heights.
Heights. Oh, that's right. I saw that in the thing.
It's been empty for a while.
And I think, Joshua, were you recommended or you heard about it through Ed Saunders?
Correct.
Oh, good.
Okay,
You live across the street from
Yeah.
him?
We're-
Nice.
We're neighbors.
Okay, so Joshua, I'm putting your application redacted up on the screen, but really we want you to tell us about yourself.
Sure.
And he did fill out, oh, now we can't read it. Oops, that's my fault. Oops.
well, he can start talking if you can tell us, so you heard about us through Ed, and what is it that appealed to you? You know, what is it that that you desire about being on the board?
Yeah, excuse the long-winded verbose answer that's on the
Yeah.
page there. I grew up in this neighborhood. I was born in '82. I grew up in the house on 20th Street until I was 10. And I have spent most of my adult life involved in either nonprofit work or serving underserved communities and their residents. It's just been a part of who I am. Most of my career path have been aligned with either working for nonprofits or in some type of capacity within doing volunteer work, fundraising work, outreach, just kind of the whole kit and caboodle. It's just who I am.
You mentioned on here that you work for different city council offices. Can you tell us about that?
I did. A couple of years ago, I worked for a small commercial business that needed licenses in pretty much every jurisdiction that they operated in. And so it gave me a lot of exposure to the entire world of city council meetings, votes, quorums, getting approvals, all the way up through the mayor's office. And it just, it's an arduous task.
So can you give us a little more detail on that?
Yeah, I mean, as far as.
So you were working to get business licenses or?
Correct. And so typically with the nature of these business licenses, they had to go to the council for CUPs, conditional permits.
Mm-hmm.
And so going through the whole process of anything from campaign contributions, getting to know the city council persons, attending the meetings, speaking on the agenda as far as why that business should be approved versus the others that were putting in their bids, going through the application processes. It was kind of a well-rounded introduction to.
Was it cannabis?
Yes.
It was cannabis, okay.
Yes.
We do a lot with our planning and land use here. We do a lot with our city council office and with the field deputies, and we all kind of advocate in our own way. I am proponent of trees. I spoke today at planning and land use about trees. So it's always good to have people who know how to speak and go. And Laura, many times she's spoken on behalf of land use issues. She's very well known in that area, so that's a great quality. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, well, I'm just fascinated. Of course, when I spoke to Joshua the first time, I said, do we know each other? And then, of course, we're completely different generations. So then, I know your parents. Do I know your grandparents? As it turns out. But, and then I said, did you know Bob, who used to live across the street, in Greg's house? The house that Greg lives in, which was Peggy's house. But before it was Peggy's house, it was Bob's house. But he was a baby, but it was Bob's house. So.
But I did hear about the block parties growing up, and
Right.
the block parties that.
And Greg, Ed's neighbor, used to also be on the board.
Okay.
So.
Right. Right. So, but anyway, I just love it when a multi-generational family stays
Yes.
in the community and remains involved. So, that's just me, because it's like we're touching history. We're not just talking about history.
Oh, yeah. Along those lines, I love the answer to, what is your reason for volunteering?
My soul in there.
Yes, I love that.
I know the long-winded answer just of explaining again that I've always found myself with the disposition to do this type of work. It was easier to just say my soul demands it. I'm happy doing this work, and I've had the opportunity to work in a lot of different industries. Out of college, I worked in finance. I went to law school and thought I was going to be this huge litigator, and I still working in communities and with nonprofits. So.
Joshua, you mentioned Operation 261, a program that you developed. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So in 2012, and it's a heartfelt story, but my brother was incarcerated, which pushed me into the law school world in 2012. He was unfortunately a local gang member. And when I went off to college, got caught up in the wrong crowds. And in 2012, went away for 2 counts of attempted murder, special enhancements, gang enhancements, the whole, they threw the whole book at him. And I started working, or my career started going down the criminal defense route. I worked for the San Diego Public Defender, the San Diego Innocence Projects. Most of my internships were more revolved around recidivism work and making sure that we can reduce, or at least, try to mitigate some of the adverse effects of recidivism and its overall effect on the community. And through all of this, trying to become an attorney before I actually passed the bar while still in law school, I was like, what else can I do? And I've worked for so many nonprofits, we've done outreach work, and I came up with my own nonprofit called Fallen Justice. And through that, I developed a program called Operation 261, which really allows me to take all of the entrepreneurial skills that I've had in my career and pass them on to others that may not have been exposed or had the opportunity to access some of the resources. So it's a 9-month course developed around, it's more of a holistic approach. It takes into account both, and kind of backstep, but his certain circumstance was dealing with his mental health and his age when he was incarcerated. So the holistic approach, focuses on looking at not only the individual and their circumstances, but who they were, what community did they come from, what resources do they have access to now, what resources are they lacking, and finding something that is more tailored to their skill set than what we traditionally see, which is a vocational program or something else designed to pigeonhole them into, certain buckets based on the circumstances that they are faced with before incarceration.
All right, thank you very much.
So
Okay, so Laura, now what do
I have more
do?
questions, Paula, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as you heard, we have attendance issues and we have an enormous amount of training that we have to take. 5 classes?
Code of conduct, ethics, funding, anti-bias, and now gender.
So we have 5.
Okay, so yeah, it is
1
fun.
or 2 are a couple of hours long. The new bylaws are gonna require you to appear appointed, to get that done within 30 days, or 45 days. I wanted 30, but he's like, oh, we gotta give him time. So,
Somebody has to keep you moderating.
Here's a license push the
that's on you. They have 45 days to, and you think that's something that you can
Oh,
do
yeah,
too?
yeah, that'd be seamless.
And then the other issue, it's not an issue, it's like everybody kind of finding their groove and what committee they want to work on and the work they want to do. I don't know, did you have an opportunity to look at the different committees we have on our website?
I had not. I was kind of going to take that approach as to see where the need was and see where I can fit and be of service.
But
Good.
we have a lot of good committees, planning and land use, environmental committee, outreach, we're doing a big outreach event in Jefferson Park in June.
Homeless.
Homeless,
The homeless committee.
public safety / emergency preparedness,
Yes.
A communications committee separate from outreach committee. And Ed's been talking about, but hasn't done yet, hasn't really sat down and thought about how to do it, reviving our economic development committee.
Mm-hmm.
And we
So,
have a tree committee too.
and we have a tree committee,
But that's only gonna be quarterly, so.
right,
no
and
pressure.
we have a couple of random subcommittees,
A mobility committee that
mobility and transportation,
that falls under our planning and zoning.
and the oil,
We have an oil rig, an oil well.
something,
makes sense.
oil drilling, sort of, yeah. And do we have any others? I don't know if we have any. Oh, CIS, we don't have a CIS that's alive right now. CIS stands for Community Impact Statement. So some years we have an actual committee that meets monthly where people can propose community impact statements on council motions. What we've been doing in the interim, but we'd love to have that committee again, is that different committees propose their own community impact statement. I mean, in other words, we're still getting it done, but we don't have a individual
Formal
leader.
person putting together the
Right.
impact report.
Or more
And they come to
importantly,
they get, eventually they're approved by
the board.
the governing board, so it's not like they're off on their own.
Right, and they can get revised and then, anyway, so we have a lot of
Opportunities to
actual
serve.
and
Yeah,
the
sounds great.
opportunities
Yes.
to serve. And in fact, I hope you can come to the planning and zoning tomorrow night. Just
You can come via Zoom.
Yeah.
if you want.
because, or come back here, because what's on that agenda is something that might be of interest to you, which is the expansion of the Wilshire Toe into another lot, right in Washington.
They're
Right,
trying to get a little more land.
they did,
Ah,
but they didn't do it with a conditional use permit.
Really, a little adverse possession, it just kind of took it.
Well, no, I mean, they leased it, but they don't have the
They
zoning.
don't have the
Yeah,
permit
because it's not
approvals.
zoned for that, yeah.
So we're gonna hear from them, find out what led to this tomorrow night, because it's like, what? But we can talk about that more, but that's one of the things a land use committee talks about.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, Joshua.
okay, so what we would do here normally is take a vote on whether or not we're recommending Joshua to fill the position. Area for
Seat B?
It's
Yes,
seat,
yeah.
Yeah,
somebody-
seat
not
2,
in.
group B.
yes, seat 2, group B.
Okay. I don't have the seat numbers on here, I just, sorry, I didn't realize it was group, that makes sense.
This, who's old
So
seat
is
This
this a
this is
motion,
Greg's seat,
right?
this is
Okay.
Greg's seat. So Greg ran for it, but then resigned.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay,
was
okay.
unable,
Yeah,
I mean-
I
I mean,
know Laura, I
yeah.
know.
so,
So, is someone making a motion here or?
yeah, I'm just verifying, I'm looking on the attendance sheet, because that'll tell us.
I've looked it up. It's area rep region 4, seat 2, group B.
Yep, there it is. Okay, yep, that's what it is. Okay, so I
I'll make
will,
the motion.
oh, you can make motion.
I
There's-
second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, that's unanimous.
I don't think I said anything during this.
Congratulations. So now we move this on to governing board?
Yeah.
Correct.
Which is June the 4th?
No,
May 2nd.
May
I'm
2nd.
already in June.
Yeah, don't go to June.
It's May 2nd.
May 2nd.
You're gonna
And
make
when
him
was it?
absent before he even joins.
Don't want to be on those minutes.
I'm not gonna skip.
Please be there, because if you were not there, I will be the first one to say, he didn't show up, so he's not gonna do it. That is just how that rolls.
Okay,
So we had sorry.
Where we meet for governing board is the Gramercy Apartments.
Okay,
So right across,
It's on Washington between Wilton
and Gramercy, the new
It's a
building.
new, beautiful building.
always the same time, around 7 p.m.?
Yes.
Yes, and
You
we
have
have
to-
your email, so we will be sending you.
Oh, no, but he needs to be there for the whole meeting. He'd be placed early in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be-
We'll be sending you the information. We have your email.
Okay.
I mean, do you think 7 o'clock is too early?
No,
Oh,
yeah, I live in, like,
20th Street.
that's the home I own, yeah.
Oh.
But I live
Oh,
in like Redondo Beach, 20.
Oh, well, wait. Wait. If you don't
Uh-oh.
live in the home,
Yeah, so that's what I was.
you can't be an area rep, but you can be an at-large. You can have the Nuriel position.
To be at large, you don't have to be in the UNNC footprint?
No, you just have to work your own property.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's Polo
Okay,
Gibson.
so we need to
Oh,
do,
that's right.
so you're not eligible.
That's what I saw,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw one that said work or own property, and so that was.
Right, so we need to revise the motion.
Okay, for at large.
So it'd be, hang on, got that one too. Just-
Oh, that's too bad.
No, we're good.
Nope, he's,
We're good.
we're not letting him leave, Paula.
No. We're good. Let me just take a look. It was at-large A, position, so it's group A. So that's a seat that
Oh,
would
I
be
see it.
up, yeah. It'd be up for election again in 2025. So it's a two
Two-year.
Really
remaining
only a
years.
year,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
yeah,
a year and a half.
well, a year and a half. Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a low commitment, this one. You can decide if you want to run screen.
Do we have to revote or are we?
Yeah,
on?
we do need,
Yeah.
we
All
should
right,
text.
I'll move to recommend the governing board approve the appointment of Joshua Pierce to the governing board for at-large rep group A.
Who was the second?
Paula was the second.
Paula, are you seconding again?
Yes, yes.
Sorry,
Cool.
so sorry.
Voting?
Voting
Yes.
again.
All right.
Okay,
Glad we caught that before.
Apologies.
No.
no problem.
We didn't, to be fair, we didn't ask. It probably
did
should be more
not.
overt.
Yes, okay.
So because you've done so well, you're gonna be able to, do you work down there too, or you're?
I work remotely, I work from home.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so, but you,
That's kidding. I'm down here probably 2-3 times a week anyways, I'm at the home, I'm doing repairs at the home, and taking care of my own uncle at the home, so I'm here pretty regularly.
Right, okay. But it was a good catch.
Yeah.
it's the first Thursday.
First Thursday,
First Thursday of every
Every
month, except, of course, not the 4th of July.
correct. Yeah, not a problem.
All right,
So you're welcome to stay or
for the rest of this meeting.
the rest of this?
But you'll send me a email regarding tomorrow? Or is that no longer?
No, that's cool. Actually, it's still totally cool. Are you on the
Oh, yeah.
MailChimp e-blast list?
not
No.
sure, but I can sign up.
Yes, well, you should, because we can't sign you up.
Right.
So you go to unnc.org
Mhm.
and right in the middle of the homepage somewhere, scroll down, sign up for newsletter.
No worries. Okay.
Right, and then I will forward you the
And
email.
while you're in there, you can just go to the calendar, and there you can
And
see
just
the
say-
meeting
You
for
can
tomorrow.
sync it with yours.
Right.
And- yeah. But you'll see tomorrow's meeting, and you can click on that, and then you'll be able to see the agenda.
Right.
And then you have the link if you want to come into this.
Yeah, because you can come in, so for the governing board, May 2nd, where we're appointing you, you really should be in
Oh,
person.
yeah, yes.
And
Right
then
there.
we do have hybrid options.
They're
They're
complicated, but
very
let's
complicated.
just have you meet in person.
I'd like to attend as many in person. Schedule permitting.
Yeah, we ended up surprising a board member last month who attended via Zoom perfectly appropriately, but once we achieved quorum in person, she was no longer allowed to vote and did not make her
That's
happy.
that's a city rule.
Yeah, so she could vote as long as there wasn't quorum in the room.
It gives people incentive to show up if they're gonna be involved, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, so you can stay and listen to us discuss our budget
Our treasurer.
or leave if you would like. But
No-
we
no
never,
pressure.
no pressure.
Here's some
Candace,
tips.
here's, the pressure's on Candace.
We're gonna have 2 jobs open next year.
That's right.
So, I've been doing math today, and so I saw that the MPG about permission to give the treasurer
Yeah.
to move money.
Yeah, they have, I wasn't at that meeting either, so.
Yeah, so I
had to-
talked to Anna, and she did say that there has to be a BAC
Yes.
for me to upload.
Yeah.
So when I was in the system, I'm actually in the system now. Can I share? Can't share.
Well, no, you can't share because you have to join the
Join the
meeting.
Zoom.
It's okay.
You have to join the.
What is it you're trying to do?
Well, we.
So here's the thing, so we voted to move, I wrote it here, we voted to move 3,250 to the MPG category and 3,500 to outreach. The interesting part is outreach is part of the larger office slash operational category.
Yes.
So when you go to the budget allocations here, the only money that you can like move for real is the
Newsletter.
right, is the amount, the 3,500 to,
How
no,
is,
the 3,200
how
to.
is outreach part of operational? It's not.
I'm saying, it's not, there's no separate outreach, and then when
Well,
you
when you
look,
scroll
hold
down-
on. When you look at the budget, the larger pie thing, where it shows you what you spent, it breaks it down here. So
Right.
this is outreach, this is office, but that together is general and operational.
On our administrative packet, we do have a thing that says outreach.
We do.
Well, you do, but to do it in the portal, I'm trying to tell you, there are
Jeez.
3 categories. General and outreach, neighborhood purpose grants, community improvement grants. Those are the 3. I can't move anything else. It's not specific. When I talked to Anna about it, she said that the different areas are just like for our record keeping. But generally, when you do the packet, you got 3 categories.
Okay, so we have unallocated funds then.
So
Because when
are
we
most
look
of our
at it,
funds in outreach office?
No, yes, so for the whole budget for the year, if we go back to the original packet,
They can only be in 3 places, Laura.
yeah, it's only in 3 places,
right,
so
but we, where's our rollover funds? We never
I
allocated them.
can't, well, here's the thing,
We never
I
allocated
can't
them.
touch the rollover funds,
Why?
it won't, because it literally won't let me do it.
Then she has to do it for us.
Right, so it won't let me do it, so the adjustment is a separate category, that's the tree
I
adjustment
understand.
that we have,
And you
right?
know what's really
But-
not there at all, just by the way?
What?
We also have a savings account from a long ago grant, and I see it's not there at the moment.
Yeah.
We need to ask her.
So the thing that I need to update is, she said, update, the BAC approving the packet, and then the admin packet with the adjustment that we made for the page. But on the actual categories, it's only 3 places.
Okay.
So I
But
can-
I have a question.
Sure.
We haven't allocated our rollover funds.
Okay.
Correct.
How about we just put those in that
it's fine. The problem is we approved a BAC for an NPG for $2,000.
Right.
But we don't have any money left in the NPG. How do we?
You do when you move it. So I did
But we
that.
can't move it, she's saying, until after May 2nd, when we have another meeting and we
No,
do
no,
it
no,
for
that's
BAC.
So there's a BAC right now that I just saw Sarah send that said the committee approved moving 3,500 to.
Yeah, forget about outreach.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the
and
MPG.
then the MPGs, right? So I have the MPG that we just approved for $2,000, and then the mistake check, which Ann and I are in the
Oh,
process
yeah,
of talking about
they
that.
issued 2 checks to.
To Project Pit.
Oh,
Two
Project
different-
Pit.
But
They got
Project-
$4,000
But
instead of
they reached out to email me and say, hey,
Oh,
are
we're
we supposed to do
get
this or
2
not?
checks?
Right, so Anna wants to get me, or I have to email Amber to get her to send the check numbers. I don't think that Amber cashed anything, cause she figured out
Oh,
it was
that's
a thing.
nice.
So that's
Yeah,
good,
that's
right?
really good, yeah.
So I have to get her the check numbers, and once she reconciles that, I guess she'll tell her shred one and cash the other one. That's how I feel like we're going. So point is, once we.
Can I just ask a question? Did they deduct the additional $2,000 from our account?
No, when you look at it.
The controller just wrote
So
2
here's the
checks.
thing, she just wrote
Where
two
did they
checks.
grab that money from?
I don't know, cause when you look at, so if you look at our payment request, it's a list of all of our payment requests that we have made, right? And it's only one Project Pit check for
Right.
$2,000.
All right.
So there's a mistake on their part where they didn't.
Right.
The city of LA has a new
Where the
matching
city-
program.
Right. So from our budget is only $2,000 as of now, but I don't know if she cashes it, if that's something different, whatever. Anyway,
Okay.
but what was the original question? Okay, so the original question is, yes, we have enough to cover the $2,000 that we approved for the last, for the last one.
Rediscover Center
And we have $500 left after that.
in MPG.
Okay, so we have the money right now.
So you
Yes.
can put that one in.
Yes,
And,
as long as y'all sign it.
okay.
Yeah, they're all
so-
sitting
Yeah,
there.
do you want us to do this? Or
Yeah.
Sarah has those ready. I can sign them tonight and give them to you in the.
Yeah, I can
Let's
take
not-
them,
But she can't sign them.
Cause I wasn't there.
She wasn't there.
Oh.
Cause
that's why I said
I
we-
e-signed them today and
But
was
she
like,
can't,
hey,
she
but
can't, she's
I
not
thought
there.
about that as I was e-signing, I'm like, oh, somebody gonna say you there, you can't sign it.
Right,
So I
so,
saw it.
no, that's why it's just easier, I can scan them for her.
Well, it
That's
does,
fine.
yeah, we just have to change this because we can't say executive committee.
I know, we'll just have to say Laura.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. So, where?
Or you can
Yes.
say me.
So we
I
have
want
enough
that.
to cover the MPG with 500 left, so if someone wants to have a baby grant,
Well,
we can.
so that's one thing, but we also will need to know how much money for real we have left.
Right.
And then I'd like to ask, I know a couple of months ago, we talked about taking the money that we had for the newsletter.
Yeah.
Did we move that? I mean, I know internally.
And so internally, the moving around of the money when it's all in the same category, it's from the same pot
Right,
of
so we
money.
don't need to
So you
do
don't
that.
necessarily have to. So when I talked to Ann about this, because that was the thing, I'm like, do I need a BAC? Like, how does this work? And she said, basically, you have to move it if you're moving money from category to category.
Okay.
Like she explained to me, if we didn't move the MPG money, then we would have got the X denial because we only had a certain amount and we exceeded that. But if it's all in the same category part, then it comes from the same pot.
So how much money do we have right now?
And including the allocations we did, or?
No. In in each pocket, we have $500 in MPG.
Yeah, oh, how much we have left? I did that
And
math.
then
Hold on.
how much in the big, the,
So in the big cash balance that we have net available, $16,428.47.
And is that real money?
That's net available, yes.
No, I mean, because last year we used that number and it turned out that there was other secret things that we didn't know about.
so let me just ask, what do we have encumbered right now? We have up to $2,000 for the new teleconferencing.
Right.
We have 35,
So we have, hold on. Okay, so tree care, we have, this is in our outstanding expenses.
yeah, so that's separate from, is that,
No, they all put it in one pot. So
so,
you have a total outstanding and you have a net. So the total outstanding that we have is the tree care amount.
Is in outstanding?
the tree care, the rollover,
No.
The rollover's already budgeted
Okay,
into our
The
fund
outstanding is money that's
that we've committed to
encumbered.
things, right?
encumbered. So
right.
that's called total outstanding.
That's the
the
total outstanding.
outstanding, okay.
So once I add the NPG will be fine. Then we have all these things down.
The outstanding is 6,818 instead of 4,818.
What is
It'll add 2,000.
It'll add 2,000 to it, right? So it'll add the 2,000 for that. We have a payment to Hunter and another 2,000 for the system. So is it four?
And up to 2,500.
Well, we have an event on June 1st.
The 2,500.
How much did you-
Up to 2,500.
$2,500 for the June
For-
1st Resources Fair.
Let's see.
You haven't put it in yet. Because Teresa put that one in. That's a whole.
Right, but we
it's
have
in
the
a different
BAC.
category.
So
Right.
I guess my thing is, every time we do a BAC and we approve that, then that's money that is no longer, it is now
It's
encumbered.
moving, right?
Right, so no matter what that
Yeah.
says, we
But
know
that's
that we
where-
still have some extra, we have.
So the
deduct.
thing is.
Sorry, Paula,
So
because
the
we're
thing is
kind
when
of
you-
talking quickly.
right. So the thing is when you
I hear you.
submit it, like, even if it's not approved yet, the trick she told me was when these things come around, just submit what you have, cause it'll put it in the hold spot,
okay.
right? So that was the other thing I was gonna do, but to add those things that we already have committed, so then they show up in the payment request part and our balance will reflect that we approved these other deals.
Okay, well, this is what I want to know.
Mhm.
I mean, it's two things. For the June event, that is on June 1st, is 100% of it being paid with credit cards versus checks?
Or do we need a check?
Do we need
No,
any
I mean,
checks?
just one second. The main thing is the taco truck. It's $1,500, Dave's taco truck. I don't know how to pay, I mean, can I pay her with credit card? Maybe I need to ask
No,
the
for
boss.
events, you cannot, can you use the UNNC credit card?
Yes,
Well, you first have to ask the vendor if they take
well,
the
that's what I
credit
mean, I
card.
need to ask Dolores if she can find out if they take credit cards.
Right,
So Ms. Dolores and I talked about this and we reached out to Anna and Anna basically said they have to render services first
right,
before you pay or something like that.
Okay,
correct.
but can I pay by, at the end of the day, cause I can just pay her by the credit, with the credit card?
Yeah, so you
But
can-
we
We
have
have
a
to
limit,
confirm.
well, you have a
Oh.
limit of $1,000.
yeah, so you
now I
have
gotta
to
ask
get
for
Anna
another
to.
Or
increase or
ask,
somebody to
or
fund
ask
it.
Anna and ask the taco people, do they need a 50% deposit, which in this case would make it easier. Because you could pay 50% in advance on your
check,
credit
yeah.
card, well, on the
Or-
credit card. But then you don't need
yeah.
you don't need to have,
An increase.
right, because it's too.
So you said services rendered, do you think she'll allow us to put a deposit if we do?
There is an email chain in here, because Ms. Dolores and I reached out before she did a contract, and then, I think that's when Anna was like, we can't do contracts, and if you bring the truck in, that's like a contract with the vendor or
Yeah,
something.
I know, I uploaded
All this.
everything
Right.
I could, except there was one thing I couldn't upload, I don't know what it was, but she was out yesterday, she emailed me today.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it till this evening, she said she was gonna take a look at it
Okay.
and see if there's anything else we needed.
So I'll say that's the part where we got stuck, because once she said that, we're like, okay, we'll do the packet and then we'll circle back around to what is required to contract a taco truck for the event.
So, sorry, it was just really hot. Even the recreation and park, contracts, the requirements from the neighborhood funding portal say that we cannot sign those. And I went through a thing to say, well, I have to submit it unsigned because we can't, and here is their document saying that we can't sign it. Which, by the way, Leslie Shaw Park is a pocket park, which means they don't have director. They're only overseen by a maintenance crew.
Oh.
So it took me forever to find out, and I had to go to like one person beneath the recreation and park, the general manager, to find out who I submit all this paperwork to. I really wanted to do Astrid because we have a great relationship with her, but Astrid is in Metro Division. Leslie Shaw Park is in Pacific Division, so it's Ariane who is at Vineyard, who is fine because she used to be the
Right,
director
Ariane was
here.
here, yeah.
Yes, so I submitted all the paperwork to her, I explained everything. She said, I don't know, am I supposed to supply you staff? What am I doing? I'm like, here's all the paperwork. And then she said, can you do a special event form? So I said, okay, let me fill that out. Here's another piece of, so I got 5 forms from her. I put them all up on the thing. And the health and the business license, the health thing from the taco, the invoice from the taco, the budget. I mean, the flyer I couldn't attach for some reason. I sent it to her on a separate email. So
I'm looking at it.
it's
a lot.
really
It's-
difficult
well-
to do an event.
Yeah, it really is. And I will say, a couple of years ago when Sandra did the movies, she just got pizza and we had a different funding clerk and I was allowed to sign the recreation and parks thing.
Yeah, because they didn't know who to do it for.
No, I'm just saying,
Oh,
no
it
one
was
cared.
easier,
It was
yeah.
easier, no one cared. They're caring a lot more now. I mean,
And the parking restrictions, when I put in there, Eric is handling the tents, CD tents, handling the tents, the tables, the chairs, and the parking placards, because that's another thing, we cannot, until we get authorization from them, we can't even order those placards.
Correct.
But we're,
okay, so but my key question, I'm circling back. We can't write any checks after June 1. So if that event is gonna,
Put it.
if that event is gonna be
So let me ask-
100% credit card, then that's good. But we still need to know if there's any other things. We have a problem. We don't have any funding requests in front of us. We have a May 2nd meeting and a June 4th meeting. June 4th is gonna be too late to approve anything that requires a check, i.e. MPGs.
Okay.
So if we're gonna do any further spending of our
June
money.
6th, if it matters.
Or June 6th.
No, I'm just letting you
It's
know.
not June 1, that's
Yeah, no,
all,
it's
the
not.
only point is it's not on
so
June 1.
Candace, how much money do we have?
Right, because we can't roll over more than 10,000,
Right, so how much money do we have?
or will
So-
we have after all of this?
All right,
And
so-
because next year is an election year, I know
We
we like to
need
have
that money for
election
the
fund.
election funds.
All right, let me go
And
back.
what we probably don't wanna have, but it's, I hope we might have to, is a special meeting sometime later in May for,
But let's not plan on that.
I want not to, that's what I'm trying to say, I wanna know how much money we have and can we invent an NPG tonight? You know?
Well, I'll tell you who we could give money to. I mean, no. never mind.
World Harvest.
We could always do World Harvest, but I was thinking the Hollywood housing community because,
Oh, yeah,
Building-
for their garden,
yes, they can use,
Hollywood Community Housing Foundation is the,
that's the
Yeah.
501c.
yeah,
That we would have to, they got the grant
right.
for that umbrella.
Oh, are we still holding money for, ooh,
Yes,
for, who is
Yes.
that? Yes, Ignited
Yes.
Light, you're still
Yes.
holding their money too.
Oh, yeah, how much is that?
1250. But we could make it a little more, just to beat you up at
Okay,
500.
so-
Didn't we do a BAC for 3,500? Why do I feel like?
Well, you have them right
yeah,
there.
they're right there. One is for 35 and the other's
Yeah.
for 32.
What is that 35?
It was the
35.
math, it was the math for how big,
It was
okay,
like insurance, it was, one was the insurance and I think the other one was like,
no, it was like when you look,
Outreach.
scroll up so I can see
Motion.
it.
Oh, it's the
I'm trying to see
transfer
these guys.
3,500 to outreach.
Okay, well, see your number, yours not even showing numbers, how come?
because this is all everything. When you, well, it shows
No.
it when you,
Because when I had it, it was showing different numbers. How come your view is different than ours?
I don't know.
This is the treasurer
This is the view I've
and we're-
always
Right,
had.
we're the mere mortals.
Yeah.
I'll say this is the view I've always had. It just kind of breaks down the budget. This is what we allocated.
Okay, so we were using the numbers because you weren't present.
Yeah.
that were up on the city's portal, and we were short, including the Ignited Light. We didn't have the money, it's not showing the money for the MPGs. We were short that amount of money for MPGs, whatever the BAC says.
No, once we moved it, we have
$32.25.
$500 left.
Okay, no, you're saying,
After we pay for all the MPGs that we already funded.
Which include
Which
the $12.50.
includes, yes, I have them here. Project Pitt, 2 Gs, ACLA, 2 Gs, Friends of Jefferson Park was 500,
Okay.
Amazing
But
Grace
some of
was.
those have already cleared though, right?
But I'm saying, if you will, we want the
Okay.
total of what we've
Okay.
done. We're
Candace,
getting the,
I think what you're not hearing is, you may have different numbers there.
okay,
The numbers we could see,
okay.
the rest of the board could see
Oh.
on the portal was short 3,000 for for what we were giving to Ignite, a combination of Ignited Light and Rediscover, we were short $3,250.
Oh, you were sure?
We were short on our NPG fund. So we needed this much transferred into NPGs, $3,250. And we needed what we thought, you're saying we don't, $3,500 to outreach, but you're saying that our operational funds have enough funds in them for the $3,500. I'm not sure that's true.
I'm saying that after we
But
move
even
them,
so, we can move the rollovers into.
I know we can, but she's saying we don't
Well, I'm
need to move
saying
money to
is,
MPG.
when
and
I
I don't
was-
think-
Let her finish her sentence.
right, so when I saw the BAC that had the amounts, because I was gonna go back and look to make sure I knew what we were moving, how we were moving it. And we voted for this, and we voted for the 3,500 to outreach, right?
Right.
So I went back and I looked at, what is our original budget? Our
6,000.
original budget for MPGs was 6,000. If you add 3,250, that's 9,250.
Right,
Okay, left, MPGs to date are about 50, was this?
5,500.
5,500
We have
plus
that number.
the MPGs, so this much is how much we have left for MPG. If you minus the 2,000 that we haven't put in yet for the new MPG that we got, then we had, once I did the math, it was like $500 was left.
Okay,
So
yeah,
where are we
well,
getting the
so-
$32.50?
well, I'm sorry, we have already
So I
spent
took the
5,500 out of 6,000, so
Right.
there's only 500 left.
So I took this 3,250 from the operational
Okay.
office category,
Okay.
because that's where the,
Okay, so
the
you're-
newsletter thing, yeah.
So you're
So-
moving that,
Yeah, so you moved it, right, that's what you have left.
okay.
And you,
So we're
how
at
could
the
you
end.
move that without the BAC?
I just did, did the
okay,
math,
so it
so
hasn't-
I haven't technically done
Oh.
it yet, but I knew y'all was gonna ask, so I did the math, so I could answer the question. Now, once I upload the BAC, the only thing that I could move for real are the actual categories of expenses that show up in the field. And they're not as
So
deep.
rollover,
Right, they're not as detailed as the admin packet,
Right.
and even when I talked to Anna, she's like, yeah, the admin packet's more for just marking stuff, but like, to get approved to move the categories, it's just 3 categories,
okay.
so. And I know she kind of was like, don't make this more complicated.
Well, it's really 4 categories because we never allocated.
We
the
never
roll-over.
actually had the vote. So that much I can circle back with her and say, hey, we have this money, we haven't allocated it yet to a area, how, like, what do we do?
And why would we not just move that into operational, the rollover? Why would it not have just gone into operational?
Because.
What?
Never got done.
Okay.
Just never
No, I'm
got
just
done.
saying, I didn't know if we had another idea, like, we're gonna specifically use that for,
Yeah,
something.
it just never got done.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Well,
we
it
do
isn't
need to
already
do it-
done because it's sitting there, it's not
And
sitting
we can't
somewhere
carry it
else.
over. So,
Well, we can if it's under 10,000, you know,
no.
we can carry over.
Last year's rollover funds need to be moved into some account.
In order to
Wait.
roll over a second time?
Yes, either operational or MPG or something, so that we can then,
Maybe,
Keep
I mean,
if not, we're only gonna be able to roll over an additional 5,000 more.
oh, I see what you're saying.
If we have it into the main account, then we can say, oh, look, let's,
Yeah.
this is our total
Right.
amount.
Right, but last year we screwed up on our math, and we thought we were rolling over 10, and in fact, we rolled over, you got it, 5,900, we thought, so we, because this is all very confusing.
Hold on.
Are we interested yet?
So
But welcome to the sausage.
Yeah.
Okay, so
817, by the way.
here's the thing.
Yes.
Our total budget is 40,563, right?
Including the rollover.
Including the rollover.
Including the tree care.
And
including the tree care.
Okay.
So, I guess I can ask for clarification, but I feel like the rollover has already been added to the full amount.
It has, but it's
Yeah.
still sitting in that budget category called rollover. It's not sitting in operations.
Is it part of the 16,000?
It's not sitting in NPG, and it's not sitting in C. Go back to your
Is
list.
it part of 16,000?
Let me do math.
It's hard to know. Just freaking hard to know.
Yeah, cause it's not as as detailed as we do it, the city doesn't do it, so sometimes it's. Okay, then it says we spent.
My chance, were you able to see the before and print, position picture? I don't wanna confuse you, so,
I saw it, yes.
It was issued.
The four plate, they paid them.
okay.
Uh,
Followed up with them.
So, according to math, it is part of it, but it's part of the cash balance, but not the net available. So I feel like maybe the money is falling.
Okay, well, here's the bottom line is, we don't wanna lose any money.
Okay.
I mean, we don't wanna give money back.
Yes.
So because we cannot
Mhm.
at the June meeting vote for anything that
Yes.
requires a
We wanna
check.
spend as much as we can, but.
Right, so do we want to try to do an MPG, a recommendation, MPG, do we want to allocate more monies for some kind of outreach? I mean, we just bought T-shirts and bags.
Well,
Yeah.
so we can make anything with a credit card, we can decide in June. It's just check rating, we can't decide in June. June 1's the last day to put in a check request. So,
And we don't have anything in front of us to vote on an MPG
Correct.
except
Well-
someone that we've given money to before that we could then have them prepare
So-
all the paperwork.
well, okay, the city doesn't give a darn as to our usual pattern of behavior of having the executive committee review an MPG and make a recommendation to the governing board. So what we could do is, if a good MPG comes to mind from anyone between now and another week from now, we can agree to put it on the agenda for the governing board without having actually reviewed it here. So it won't go with a recommendation. It would just be on the agenda. And we could do it that way. It's just, it's a break with our procedure, but
Well,
it's
that
not
sounds
a
like
break
this
with
is-
city policy.
Okay, but maybe in our procedure, we can recommend somebody that we've given money to
Well, that's
before.
why I was saying maybe World
World
Harvest,
Yeah.
because World Harvest does food for people, yeah. I mean, World Harvest would be a normal thing that we would do last minute.
Or we could also increase Ignite Light, because we did have a little issue.
$500 more.
Or round it up, make it 2,000, that's 750,
That's fair.
you know.
Well, that
I'm
would
just
have to go back to the board too.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. If-
Those
we
two,
can-
those would be, I think, our two options. And maybe both,
Right,
Mhm.
maybe
and that way
both.
we don't really violate our internal procedure.
Too much.
So we have a gold amount that we wanna roll over, like.
10,000.
10,000, we wanna roll over the,
But we can't roll over more than 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 or less.
I don't think it'd be 10, cause we still have to finish paying out.
Well, and zone,
and-
we'll
yeah.
have some more.
Because then again, I'm sorry.
Zumwinkle,
I
I
guess
call
I
her
mean-
and some.
Oh, you call her Angie or?
Yeah, no, I was calling
but-
her Zoom Winkle because I feel like.
No, but the nickname is Anzum.
Yeah, so we have, I think I started doing the math on her, so I put in, because you know, the whole
Well, we
contract
still
now.
have, but we also have several more payments for public
That's
storage.
allocated with.
No, public storage.
Right, so
We'll
I
have
was
to
looking at
pay
that.
May, June, and July, pay July in advance.
And, 3 more things for
Foods.
emergency outreach, emergency.
Three more, yeah, but I'm only getting,
I don't know, what was that $286 that I saw that came by the other
That
day?
was for the first session?
I don't know,
or-
it was red flagged.
Oh. Still the point. If I were to
no,
It was storage, you didn't upload the receipt on
No, it
storage.
wasn't
What is
storage.
286?
well, first of all, it was red flagged for about 30 minutes. It's like, why? It's due today. Why are you red flagging it? The computer caught itself and unred flagged it.
Okay,
so,
But it was,
whatever is $286.
it was, I think,
I think it is
I-
the standing public storage.
It might
Sounds
be-
like the storage amount.
Yes.
because it's going up, up,
Yeah.
up.
I think we talked about that. You said
Mhm.
It kept going up last year too.
It's going up.
Okay.
But
So we have two more
Yeah.
public storage.
280.
three, you have to do the July one, because it's due July
So we have
1.
May, June, and July, that's
Right,
369, that's over
$1,000.
$1,000.
So my estimate is rollish over is about 5,000. Once we
Oh.
pay in, once we.
Well, then we can't do these MPGs then.
Right, we don't need to.
Right.
That's what we're trying
that's what I
to
said,
get
it's-
focused on exactly how much money we have, so we,
Yeah.
because the May board meeting is the last time we can issue checks.
I'd like to make a motion to,
Oh, excuse me. I don't know what, to tell Candace to have a better.
I honestly don't know like what else y'all want me to do because it's larger categories. It's
No,
so,
it's that we want Anna to tell us exactly how much
Yeah.
money.
I wanna know exactly how
Exactly
much money we have.
Just explain to her, we have one board meeting where we can,
If it makes you
Issue
feel
any
better, every
checks.
treasurer we've had the time I've been here is,
it's the
Had to
same
deal with
problem.
this.
Oh, okay.
the
Right.
city is not upfront, it's not you.
It's not you,
Because I'm like, we really can't take this at face value here.
no, because it's hard to know. I mean, in other words, is the money that is for the trees here or here?
The money that's for the trees is here.
You
and outstanding.
say that, but do you have an email from Anna that says that?
She told me when I'm.
No,
Okay.
and
It's
in
in the-
writing.
yeah, we need it in
I
writing.
will get it in writing.
Right.
No, because they did this to us last year.
I totally understand.
They
that.
did this to us
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll get it
I
in
would like to
writing.
make a motion to provide World Harvest supplemental funding if necessary.
Sure. I'll
If we
second
have,
that.
yeah. Okay.
I'll second that for, to put on the agenda for the May
To
2nd
provide
meeting.
funding for World
World
Harvest.
with, if we have,
So, like I said, with
To-
the money that we
to
moved
help
and
us
the current one that we
remain
funded,
Under $10,000.
it's fine.
Yeah.
We
I
have
don't think about that in
$500
motion.
left, so whoever would appreciate a $500 gift.
well,
We
yeah,
can
but you're
do
saying we have $500 left in the MPG.
In the-
What
yeah.
Teresa's motion is
It's to like-
actually
Because the MPG money is part of the,
overall.
MPG is a separate category.
Yes, but
Yes.
it's still part of the 10,000. It's still part of
It's part
what
of
we
the money that's
can-
gonna roll over.
Yes.
So we, if needed, on May 2nd, we also move some more money into MPG.
Okay, that's-
But the only other option is have a special meeting sometime later in May, which we're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we cannot delegate MPGs to the executive.
it has
Oh, I
to be
see what
approved
you're
by the
saying, you
board.
have to
Board.
approve it.
So Teresa moved to provide funding for World Harvest if necessary, and Laura seconded,
yeah.
recommend to the governing board to,
If necessary to prevent monies being sent back to the city.
Too much money back to the clerk.
Right.
You can't say that.
Yeah, to
We
prevent
can't-
losing money.
Yeah,
Teresa
no, we
moved to
certainly
provide
can
funding
say
for
that.
World Harvest
That's
if
what we're trying to
necessary.
accomplish.
Move
Okay.
to, oh, but we have to make a recommendation, move to recommend that the governing board.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's my report. That's, that's your report. That's my report.
That's why nobody does this more than a year.
I get it now.
You're like,
Right, nobody.
And you had that learning curve.
I saw the revolving door on that.
But without Anna getting suspicious, put it in writing.
Yeah.
We need confirmation that the money set aside for the tree care is sitting
part of
in a
total
category
outstanding.
total outstanding and is not yet available.
Did you get an update from Chris?
Of course not.
Okay.
I mean, we might still
That
lose
was my
that
next
money.
question,
We're gonna
'cause-
lose the money.
And if we do lose that,
We're
then
gonna
she,
lose the
I
money.
am, that will be it. She can't, I'm not gonna support anything that she brings
Right.
forward. I am not gonna support, I gave my word on that tree thing, so I will not support that in any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form. I don't know why we think that she can't do that, or why.
I don't,
Well,
Now-
I mean, is there, can I help with that? Is it?
no,
Yes.
it's
Can you
Chris.
please, Candace?
Yeah, you can help with it, but it's Chris. Like, the last thing she said
I didn't care about that.
was, I'll have to talk to them to make sure
Yeah.
this contract is still good. It's like, it's the contract.
It
It's
is,
still
it is
good.
what it is.
It's not
So-
bad, it has to be good.
So the hold up then is a contract with the.
Well,
Well,
it's-
here are two things, Candace, with this. I'm not gonna go why it was carried over, but we now have approval, I received approval from UFD that the trees can be removed.
Okay,
Okay.
forestry department.
Yeah, urban forestry department, sorry. So what Chris has to do
Mhm.
is have the trees removed. She has a contract in place, it is the same amount from last year, she just needs to tell the guy that's all we can pay. The other question with that is, can we pay, we have to pay by check, which means we're gonna have to get it in soon.
Yeah.
And I know Anna doesn't wanna pay anybody until the work is done, so
Right.
there's been some issue with that. But maybe we can do 50%, a check, a deposit of 50%, and then the remaining amount
And-
after.
and that's
So
the
you want
only
me to
question-
ask Anna if we can?
Not
No,
do it?
I want you to get confirmation from Chris Carlson that the guy is gonna come out
And
and
take away the tree.
at the contracted amount from last year.
Right, and if he needs a deposit, tell us now. Cause
I'll reach out.
It's not gonna, oh, I can't even pay my
Listen,
credit
I'll
card,
reach
so I
out
have to
because
do
I'm the
another-
treasurer and I'll say, hey, trying to wrap this stuff up.
Yes.
Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause otherwise we lose that money can't go anywhere else.
Good call.
It's
Thanks,
just
Candace.
gone.
You.
Okay,
You-
All right.
I know it was needed, but we spent a lot of time.
You get that accomplished.
yes, we have. Okay.
I get it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, so is the treasurer's report done?
Yes.
Yes.
So very quickly, we have the standing rules up in the agenda packet. We're not gonna really review them here at this meeting tonight. But Teresa did request that the ad hoc bylaws committee, which is pretty much us, be out, allowed to go back over the standing rules and make sure with the updated bylaws that they're still, compliant with each other.
Oh. And who's going to do that? You're saying
Laura
the
and I will do
executive
it.
committee?
No, we
Huh?
have an ad hoc bylaws committee, which
Okay.
is Teresa and Laura.
Okay,
So we're gonna review them,
Go for
we'll
it.
probably bring it back to executive next month, and then you guys
If there's
take a
any
look.
changes
If there's
needed.
any changes, and then
Right.
take it. Then
Sounds
June.
okay.
Cool.
Updates about the outreach events, we already talked about this Sunday at Rediscover, which is also Gramercy Apartments, at that plaza. There's gonna be a big event. Amazing Grace is providing all the performances. There's visiting artists or artisans gonna have at different times of the day, teaching different crafts with recycled materials. And we'll have a table. City clerk is gonna have a table too, getting people to register to vote,
Oh,
which is interesting. And
Yeah.
I don't know who else. And then Teresa, about what, June 1, we're having
Yes.
what?
We're having a community resource day. We came up with about 15 people initially, but I'm not sure how many we have confirmed. Dolores is handling that part, I'm handling logistics side. Everything's been uploaded to the portal, we're waiting to get the confirmation from Anna that we can proceed. And the council district is providing the tents, the tables and chairs. I've already given them the layout. Our tent and our flag will be available for pickup on April the 24th, so we'll be able to use it at that event. And just mentioning the outreach materials, Sarah did a great job on our trifold brochure. Hunter was able to go in and make the map a little bit bigger, so that is ready. Unless when I get home, check my email, I'm gonna send that to the printer tomorrow. We're getting 1,000 copies of that, and it will be.
And we won't have that for Sunday. Not
No,
like
I don't think so.
No,
I mean,
we're
I
just
can ask
having the
him, I mean, you know.
No, I mean, we don't know if this is gonna be a big or small event. I think we'll have the flyers.
Right. And I have the outreach container. I'm supposed to meet Dolores some point this week to meet her at storage to go over some of the flyers from last year's Earth Day. And I don't know if she wants to
And then
hand
do we
out
have-
bags or what.
Yeah, she didn't tell me what she wants to do. I don't know if, I mean, in other words, it's one tote, right?
Yes.
So I don't know how many bags, I
I
don't know.
50 bags? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. They're not bad, these bags. I've already been dragging mine around.
What did you think? What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I like that.
They're not as big as.
No, it's plenty big. I'm sorry.
And it has the
new bags.
I like that it has the square bottom.
Yeah,
You can carry
it's
one
plenty,
around.
plenty big.
the new bags.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah. I
The
mean,
next meeting, Candace, you get your t-shirt and.
Yeah.
it's plenty big because if it was any bigger, it would be too heavy.
Okay.
Now that I threw my crap in it.
So, I don't know, maybe you can let Dolores know.
Yeah,
Think
do we
about
have a
bags.
tablecloth at all?
We do not have, I have a black one that I have.
Oh, I
given-
have a white one. I mean, no, but we don't
No.
have a blue or an
No,
orange.
but maybe we should put that in the outreach, if we have money left over. we
Well,
can-
that credit card,
Yeah,
that
I can-
decision can be made in June.
Yes.
Order
It'd be
it.
nice to have a royal blue
I think
tablecloth.
we're at other committee reports.
We are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so that was that.
so the other committee report is, if there are any, well, planning and zoning, mobility and transportation. So we've received now a couple of emails from the same person, who wants UNNC to be involved with trying to figure out more traffic mitigation on Arlington, as a result of the most recent fatal accident, although it's not the first, and unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be the last. And,
And I will just say, this community member has participated in a, either planning and zoning or executive, and he did come to the last governing board meeting.
oh,
Now,
did
the
he?
last one or the one before that,
Oh, that was the same guy.
that was the same guy.
Ah.
person who was in the accident?
No, the person,
Somebody
somebody
said
sent,
people in the accident were dead.
yeah, someone sent a letter into info at, and that one gets
Right.
forwarded, and I sent it to Laura and to Paula,
Right.
because it was
But, and I in
Jefferson
turn well, and you sent it to a couple of Jefferson Park
Jefferson Park. right,
people,
right.
and I in turn forwarded it to Taylor Fife, who's our,
Mobility.
Oh, is he still doing that?
transportation
Okay.
subcommittee, but
Okay.
Christopher Weed is actually really into it. So the
Oh.
two of them, but the two of them have been
Okay.
back and forth and back and forth, so I'm like excited. I'm not
Okay.
excited that people died,
Yeah.
but I am excited that we got a board
Yeah,
member
somebody's-
excited.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the letter, who did he send that letter to? Christopher, oh, I don't know, but I should send it to you guys. It
Yeah.
had data, it had.
Right.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it
then,
was
but
phenomenal.
What is he requesting? Some sort of like
well,
just bumps in the road or
well,
what?
it's, you know, what can we do? What
Okay.
are the
Yeah.
things?
Yeah, straightforward. We don't have to talk about it here.
So, trying to arrange for them to have a meeting either, May 1, you know, the planning and zoning meeting, you know, so either May 1 or the mid-May. And if it's May 1, I'm obviously not going to cert that night, but I'll drop off the damn sandwiches and move on to South City's house. But, I wanna make sure both of them can come, because they're both kind of suddenly really engaging.
Yeah, I was
And-
really, really
yeah.
happy when I saw that letter.
Right, not happy
Christopher.
about the situation.
Yeah, sure.
No, but
Sure.
that Christopher was.
Take
but-
action.
But honestly, this is just the latest, you
It's
know,
awful. It's
there's many 10 years of this stuff.
And I will tell you that the Avenues has been working with Oliver, LADOT, oh Laura, you were invited to be on that call, to talk about some traffic mitigation on 25th and additional stop signs, some other kind of things.
Well, there's so many situations, because
And we just did
honestly,
slow streets in
Yeah.
Jefferson Park,
right,
so.
but there's also Adams and
Oh,
13th
Adams.
and Montclair. I mean, so much advocacy unsuccessful so far on a traffic light there.
Or just a crosswalk, so people could get the Johnny Pastrami's and have a flashing cross, and CIM is willing to,
Well, that you
CIM is
gotta
willing
go
to pay
all
for
the
that.
way around.
I know that.
So I don't know.
No, I know that.
The
And,
council
and you may know that Rena did a historical deep dive
on all the people who died.
starting in the 19-teens. I mean, like the first death at that intersection was like 1913 or 1914. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
So-
so where are we?
Agenda
So-
items for the next meeting.
agenda items next meeting, so, well, we know. Treasurer, potential MPG for
World Harvest.
World Harvest. Show me
Aforementioned, yes.
all the information. We may or may not have a planning and zoning action item from tomorrow night's meeting.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
But,
Do we have any old business?
no, none.
We're adjourned. I know it's
Adjourned.
late, Sarah. Sarah, like, it would be an hour.
If I could keep it to 8, and
It's up
Push the
to
pace.
everybody.
Okay, it's 8:37. Are we done?
yes.
Okay, good night, Paula, thank you.
Good night.
So, interesting, Teresa, I don't see how to turn off.
End,
Go to the top.
leave meeting or
Yeah, now,
the
see
top.
how it's different?
leave meeting?
No, she wants to stop the
Oh, I'm
live stream.
sorry.
Yeah, go to the top, Laura.
How far to the top?
No, over where it says the meeting is live streamed, somewhere over there, click it.
Yeah, I'm saying, where is the,
Oh, the leave me in the corner.
no, I know how to do that.
I don't know. Go down to the bottom, the three dots.
Yeah, just hit end.
Yeah.